Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the end of Vlogmas. We're getting into almost 2023, so it's time to start my end of the year wrap up videos. I did do a like $10 or less video from the drugstore. Go check that one out. Now we're going to be talking about the worst makeup I tried in 2022. I thought this video wasn't going to be like super long because I was like, was there really product that I really just didn't like in 2022? And I pulled out the product and I was like, oh, I actually have quite a bit here. So if you guys like unfiltered makeup opinions and honest reviews, subscribe and let's get into the worst makeup I tried in 2022. Like I said, I thought this was going to be a video where there was like not a lot of product, and I actually have like 10 things that I wanted to kind of point out for the worst product of 2022. So let's start with the base of the face. No pun intended there. This primer. This is the Poreless Skin Blurring Putty Primer from Essence. This is all a part of their Prime in Studio. They just released this one in 2022. It's supposed to be a silicone-free putty primer, and I was like, oh, and it comes in a tube. So I was very intrigued and interested in this primer because I was like, if it's a putty primer, like the Poreless Putty Primer from e.l.f., maybe it'll do pretty much like the same thing, and it'll get rid of my fine lines, my wrinkles, and it'll be kind of more in like a squeeze formula instead of like digging my fingers into the product. And so this is what it looks like when it's pretty much like on the skin. It does like fill, it feels moisturizing. However, it started to pill on my skin. Even when I started putting on my foundation, it started to kind of pull up all my makeup. It just didn't work with what I was using. And ever since then, I have tried to use it. It pills on my face. It just doesn't work. And if you like pilling on your face, then this is the product for you. But this literally, like if you can, like, after it dries down, all of a sudden it just starts like peeling off and like you can feel it, and it's just not a great feeling. Like it is just a horrible feeling in general. And let's talk about this one. This is technically a primer, but it's a 4-in-1. It's the Whipped Matte Makeup from Maybelline, the Instant Age Rewind Perfector 4-in-1. It's supposed to prime, conceal, powder, and it's supposed to be kind of like a BB cream as well. I did a whole video just kind of showing you how the product applied, and I thought this would be a great product for a mom on the go who needs all those products and steps in one, especially if it's supposed to like blur. So it goes in like a whipped formula. I noticed right away that this product, it was very clingy to my dry areas. It did not wear well throughout the day. It did not come in very many shade matches either. So this is 01 Light, and as you can tell, it's just a little bit too orange for my skin. And overall, I liked the effect that it really did do, like all of these in one, but honestly, my skin is just way too dry for me to be able to use this. It clung to like everything. Every single blemish that I had, every single dry patch, every single like imperfection on my face, it clung to everything, and it just did not look good at all. So I'm thinking somebody who has really young, youthful skin, they would be able to use it. But if you have dry, patchy skin, and it doesn't even have to be dry and patchy, if you just have like any kind of imperfection, it's going to highlight it and it's going to make it look absolutely horrible. So another new makeup release in 2022 that I was super excited about to try was the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. Now this one I tried using and tried making work a couple of times here. As you can tell, there is quite a bit of a divot in it, and I loved the initial application that this gave. This is more of a cool tone bronzer. They don't put the shades on the packaging, which really annoys me. And so this was a really cool toned bronzer. I really liked how it looked at first. It was beautiful, flawless, and all of a sudden I noticed that my bronzer like completely just like wore off, disappeared, was not there. Like, was I wearing bronzer? Was I really wearing bronzer? And the Putty Bronzer, I have heard from quite a few that it did the exact same thing, and I have to agree. I have to concur. This was probably one of the worst like cream bronzers that I had tried in 2022. And look at that. Like, you can barely see it even though I just swatched it. Like, it's barely there. While like the initial application is so stunning and beautiful, I just feel like the longevity of this product is not good at all. And I really wish that e.l.f. would make these a little bit more long lasting, like what they do with their putty blushes, because I love the putty blush formula. I think it's beautiful, it's long lasting, but the bronzer formula, it just did not stack up to what I was anticipating it to do. A couple other products, and let's talk about mascaras for a minute here. And I have to say, I was pretty shocked by some of these because some of them are high end and some of them are like highly raved about over like in the beauty space. And the first one, this is the first time I had ever tried a Colourpop mascara, and I used the Butcherson mascara. This is the purple one from the Hocus Pocus 2 collection. It is their BFF mascara, and I loved the color because it really made my eyes pop because I have green eyes, and I thought it was absolutely stunning. And I really liked the way that the wand separated my lashes. I thought the formula was great. And then a couple hours later, I had purple all over my face. There was so much fallout from this. I was having eye irritations because there was so much fallout from this mascara. I would double this up with different mascaras and it would still do the same thing. It would still flake all over my eyes. It would still, like, it just did not have the longevity that I thought it was going to. And so while I love the purple color, if I do find like a mascara that I love that is more long lasting and doesn't flake off in my eyes, I would go back to a purple mascara. And I was putting it mostly on my top lashes just to give it a little bit more depth and oomph. But this mascara overall, it put purple. It gave me purple eyes when I don't want purple under eyes. As for the Tartelette tubing mascara, I did try this one as well. This was not anything to really write home about. It was actually kind of hard to get off my lashes as well, not like your normal tubing mascara. Yes, it kind of came off in tubes, but it took a little extra effort. With some of my other tubing mascaras, it really doesn't take that much effort, but I really didn't find that it gave me any kind of length or volume. I did not find that my lashes were just so va-va-voom, super, super long with the tubing mascara from Tarte. I do think that the packaging is really nice. I just wish the formula was a little bit better. And I also tried the Biggie Lash tubing mascara from LA Girl. This is like a $4 mascara. I had heard that this was actually a dupe for the Thrive Cosmetics one. And this will kind of give you an idea of why I don't like this at all. It literally comes out of the tube like a glob, and you have to clean it off and then go in and apply it. And it does not work at all. Like, look at all the glob and gloop on here. Like, that's just disgusting. And that's just for me pulling it out of the tube. Like, I just did not like the fact that it is so messy and disgusting. And I actually think, like, the formula was not that great either. For $4, I would say save your money and go buy like one of the newer tubing mascaras. I want to try the new Milani one actually. But these three mascaras overall, they just did not wow me. They did not blow me away. They're messy, they're cakey, hard to remove, just not good at all. So these three were probably the worst mascaras that I tried in 2022. I tried the Kiss Magnetic Eyeliner. And this is supposed to go with those magnetic eyelashes. And while I loved the effect at first, it was really easy to just line and then put the lashes on top and it just magneted to it. It did not have the longevity I was expecting it to. And not even halfway through the day, all of a sudden you saw these little like, it was where the magnet had rubbed away the eyeliner and it just looked crusty and it just looked like I had like dots of like eyeliner on my eyes. And it was literally worn down to like my skin. So it had stripped away the liner, it had stripped away all of my eyeshadow. It just did not look good at all. I think the concept of magnetic liner is great. It is not long lasting at all. For some reason, it just did not last all day for me. It looked awful by the end of the day. Actually, most of the time my lashes had fallen off and they looked absolutely, like, it looked disgusting. Like, I looked like I had fallen apart in the middle of the day. And let's talk about this product here from SHEIN. This is the Highbrow Shaping Wax. Now, I expected this to be a $1 dupe for the ABH Brow Freeze. And when I got it, I did not like it because it's too waxy. It's not jelly, it's actually waxy. Like, I feel like I'm putting candle wax on my eyebrows, and I don't like that at all. And it actually gives like a little bit of a white cast on your brows as well. So the Highbrow from SHEIN, just not a good shaping wax at all. If you're looking for a great alternative to the Brow Freeze, try the e.l.f. Brow Lift. Way better than this. This just, I'm putting candle wax on my face and it's disgusting. All right, and last but not least, with some of the worst makeup that I tried in 2022 would be the So Juicy. This is a lip gloss, a lip plumping gloss from Colourpop. I actually had this featured in a video where I was testing like new makeup, and this was a part of a Colourpop like mystery box I had gotten. And while it is really, really beautiful and I love the way that it applies, the peppermint is a little bit strong. Actually, it's too strong, and I literally felt like it just like exploded on my lips, and it didn't have any kind of like regulation behind it. It was so hard, especially in a squeezy tube. It's so hard to regulate. It's so hard to get the perfect amount of product on there, whereas if you have a wand, it's literally just a little piece on a wand and you're good to go. This one, it just disperses way too much product on your lip for a plumping gloss. Now, if it were a regular gloss, I'd be all for it. But because it is a plumping peppermint gloss, like, it just was way too much for my lips. They actually felt not tingly, but numb. My lips felt numb. I had to wipe it away. There was just so much product because you can't control how much comes out of it. So I definitely don't recommend the Plumping So Juicy gloss from Colourpop. It is not good by any means at all. Alright guys, so there you have it. Some of the worst makeup that I tried in 2022. These were not great by any means at all. They did not perform well. They literally made me look very decrepit and older than what I wish to look. So if you guys like unfiltered makeup opinions and honest reviews, I really hope you consider subscribing so you guys can see my best of 2022 makeup. Bye!